Okay, the goat has 3 beautiful stars this year. And so, again, you'd be wise to look to see if it's in your year of birth, your month of birth, your day of birth, or your hour of birth, and see where the goat's attributes would best serve you. Let's see what the goat has to say as far as the energies for the rabbit year. So we have connections, we have fame, we have relief, ingenuity, and shine, and I think relieved as well. All right. So again, where are your goats if you have them? So first of all, we have connections. All right. This is going to help you raise your status. Please choose wisely the people that you hang around with, because I'm sure you've heard this. You are the sum total of the 5 people you most surround yourself with. You kind of end up having those personality traits in yourself, or they complement you. Hopefully they're not harming you. So if they are, you might want to make some different choices about people you're connecting with this year. So this is going to bring people and resources. This actually can help raise your professionalism through high-level connections. And what I want you to do is really start finding people who can help pull you up. Why? Because you also have fame happening for you this year. So if you're looking to be an influencer, you could literally get overnight fame, ready to go viral. Now, obviously, again, you might need to have something to be famous about. We have a lot of things that are happening in the news, no matter where you're located in the world, but there's a lot of nasty stuff happening. So you don't want to be famous for the garbage stuff. You want to be famous for the good that you bring to the world. So we can see that you can become famous either way. So improve your brand, improve your messaging, your social media, your image. The visibility is coming your way, whether you like it or not. So, this is really an important thing to consider. Also, it's going to help you attract a good team. And this team is specifically to help you gain recognition. So do you need to step up your social media, and you need someone that has better experience? Maybe they have more SEO experience or things like that really can get that engagement going there. So the outstanding people are going to be coming your way. So make use of them if you can. We also have relief. So this is looking at relief from problems, issues, obstacles. If you have, for example, a lingering health issue, relationship issue, a work issue, number one, be aware of what it is. What got you there? They're really going to the core of, when people say, oh, I have no money, or I have, I don't know, some sort of chronic, health disease. When did it first start? When were the first signs? What were you ignoring about them that you could have made it into a lesser problem if you had addressed it instead of, but maybe, the year that it happened to you, it was maybe too overwhelming to address, but now's the time. So then once you've been aware of that problem, then now look for either people to help you relieve that problem, or use your own resources, or a combination to help resolve these old issues. That will help you. You also have a year of ingenuity, and I'm gonna even put it in the realm of creativity. The dogs actually had this last year, and I have a dog in my chart, and I found myself really called to getting back to art. And it's been an incredible reopening into something that had been buried for quite some time. So I'm really happy that got ignited. And guess what? When you actually use this energy, it doesn't mean like, oh, February 4th, that energy just shuts down and I'm not going to do anything. I'm not creative anymore. No, if you actually use these energies and use them in the years in which they are gifted to you, this is a gift on a silver platter. You ignite them potentially for a very, very long time, if not your life, depending on the whole year. And then you use the unfavorable ones. If you don't use them properly, it negates the good, and then you start living with the unfavorable. So these are all choices here. All right, going back to the creativity. I want you to, if you're not already in the creative field, and if you are, this is again going to give you new ideas about your creativity, but it is also about exploration, play. Find different things that you have, like, I've always wanted to paint, I've always wanted to write, I've always wanted to dance, I've always wanted to play, an instrument or sing. This is a year to explore. You don't have to be performing at Carnegie Hall, which is, the epitome for a performer, but maybe it is for a small group of people, or maybe even for yourself. Do this for yourself. Believe me, your creativity leads to money. So everyone is creative. Everyone is creative, and no one has to see your beginning works. Maybe a few people, and then save either recording of yourself when you first started, or save those initial drawings to see your growth over the year. So have fun with that one. That one's a really fun one. And this is also about unconventional learning online, to find your creative inspiration, but any type of learning online would help. All right, then we also have relieved. So this is, again, it's more about a nice positive blessing to get resources and for you to have less worry in your life. So really try to find ways in which you can give yourself a break. And then the last one is shine, very much goes with the fame. Again, people are going to admire you. It seems as though you've got good taste this year, and grace, and a sense of style. So you know what? Package those and be ready for the fame. That's how it can help you. All right. So we got a fair share of negatives. Again, let's see how we can use these negatives and transform them more to positive, so that you can have a better outcome. All right. So we've got suspicious is you've got doubts, reservations, you're worried all the time. You know what? A lot of this is a fabrication of your mind. So this is where you're going to have to kind of give yourself a break and say, is this really real? Maybe check with some trusted sources, if you will. But do also understand that there might be some gossip and petty people that are surrounding you. You know what? They're going to be around no matter what. I don't care who you are. There's going to be someone who just doesn't have the same viewpoint as you. That doesn't mean you have to get into a battle all over it. So do take note that the suspicion could just be in your mind, and make sure that it's nothing more than that. Now, you might have some legal issues that surface in 2023, anything from something very small that could be settled out of court, all the way to something pretty grandiose. So the best thing you can do when you have litigation that comes in is truly understand all documentation that you are signing, whether it be a contract going out or a contract coming in. Just check for all of that. If you do not understand documentation, ask. There's also trap, where you're most likely going to need to fix a problem that you created maybe in the past, or even this year. So again, it could go back to that faulty documentation where now you feel trapped in the lawsuit, and that's not going to make you feel good. So again, this is where I want you to really try to find ways to strategically dissolve these issues and try to just take one step in the right direction, right? That will be very helpful for you. And then the injury, a couple animals have this one. Again, this is a metal related object. So you might end up being in some sort of minor little accident. You might chop your fingers when you're chopping up some food, that kind of thing. Now, traditionally, how you can relieve this particular energy when injury shows up is to donate blood, do a blood panel, do this very near Chinese New Year. And so that will help you very much. There will be blood this year. So again, this is where you can guide it and do the draw blood yourself. So you have less likely to be nicked yourself. So then the other thing, again, this is one of more of the aggressive ones when it's injury, because this goes back to, these systems are, hundreds and thousands of years old, depending on what system we're looking at. But, this was like, you're going to get injured in the battle today. That's kind of really what it meant. So, the warriors that were out there fighting for the imperial family, they would probably, get, some battle wounds, if you will. So it is like, what protective armor can you put on? What protection can you do? And use this for negotiations. I'm not asking anyone to put down and be a doormat. What I'm asking you to do is stand up for yourself, but in a way that you are helping yourself, not harming yourself, which can put you into a trap. All right, we've got conspirator. So does seem to be you're attracting some petty people this year. So again, communication is your best. Steer clear of any type of office politics or gossip, because you don't want to become the topic of discussion, if you will. Don't be the one that they're gossiping about, but if they are, you don't need to get involved in that either. Just walk away. The goat might feel a little bit roller coaster this year. There might be, some ups and downs that happen throughout. Just know that is a part of life. Nothing can ever be at such an even keel. Now, some of you are even keeled type personalities, and how should I put this? I'm not going to say that I envy you. I'm just saying I admire you. That's what I'm going to say. I admire you, because I am someone that has very high highs. I've got a lot of fire in my chart is what brings that. And then I got a lot of water. So it kind of does that. And I need to find ways to bring my equilibrium. That's why I do meditation. That's why I do Qigong. That's why I do yoga and take walks and things like that. So I can balance myself. And so if you are in that type of situation yourself, find ways to not make that roller coaster so tumultuous for you. All right. Then we have envy, and this does come along typically with fame and shine. When you see that happening, let's face it, people, not everyone likes to applaud your success. They can get jealous. They can get gossipy about, oh, look at her, or look at him, like, who does she think she is, or who does he think they are, trying to do that. Or you might be in a position where you are at the same level with a colleague, and you get that promotion and they don't, and now you become the boss. They don't really like that. So you know what? You need to rise above. You've been promoted for a reason. You've been elevated for a reason. Own it. Own it, own it, own it. And that's how you can dispel some of that negative energy. All right, let's look at the goat, where it's the combination animal we just talked about, which is the horse. By the way, the goat is also one of the animals that I like for period 9. Why? Because it's in the fire season: snake, horse, and goat. So this is a great animal to have for the upcoming period 9 that will help you shine and be seen. All right, then let's look at the clash. The clash is an ox. I personally don't see this one as a huge clash. Why? Because this is yin earth and yin earth. I take a shovel of yin earth from this garden and I throw it into the next garden, mix it all. I can't tell which grain of sand, dirt, or whatever is in one garden or the next. So this is it can get muddy with the lines, but it also is not as tumultuous as some of the other clashes. But then again, we'd have to ask some people that are experiencing those clashes to let me know how maybe the year the goats were, and you have an ox in your chart. It's all what you experience, right? I'm just telling you theory-wise what it says. All right, combinations. Let's look at, or excuse me, the clash. No, we're on the next one. Sorry, we're on the time blazer. All right. And as you can see in the time blazer, the green is really starting to build. So this one is in the month of July every year. That's when the goat energies arrive. And like I said, end of the fire season. Now let's go into the monkey. Sorry, the goat is located in Southwest 1. The Southwest 1 sector is where the goat resides. So if you have a goat in your chart, what is happening in the South 1 sector of your space? And are you supporting your own chart because of what is located there?